I thought it was time that I did an update on the community. The last several weeks have not been easy. You all know that we, as a Hebrew Israelite community in Israel, have suffered tremendous loss. And it just hasn't been easy. There is a need at this particular time for me to make a statement, because I think that some of you, whether you're in the community here in Israel or not, maybe some of you have misunderstood my purpose, my mission, if I were to have one. Some of you may believe that, oh, well, Malaya, you are a Ben-Ami basher. You want to bash the Hebrew Israelite community here in Israel. You want to bash the kingdom of God. I just want to set the record straight. The kingdom of God is not an entity or a thing that you can look at or touch or feel. The kingdom of God, my brothers and sisters, is a state of mind. And we are in our evolution towards becoming the kingdom of God. Something that we need to first start to look for within, not without. So it would be impossible for me to bash the kingdom of God. Now, if you want to define and look at the community in Dimona as the kingdom of God, that's up to you. Now, what about the community in Dimona? Am I bashing the community? I want to set the record straight and say that because there are certain things that are taking place or have taken place over the past 40 years that have been very disturbing, and I bring them to the attention of the leadership in order for them to have introspection and to correct and to make change, does not make me a hater or a rebel. Any community, any household, any country that perpetuates imbalance, if you understand what I'm saying, in any way, it will ultimately come to its own proper conclusion. Okay, let's take Ben-Ami out of the equation altogether, because Ben-Ami sent me a message and he thanked me. I know you all don't know that, but he thanked me. And he understood, and I understand, that in the chessboard of life, on the chessboard of this whole cosmic enactment that we call life, everyone has a part to play. And therefore, he understood that. I understand my part, and he thanked me. And if you don't have enough understanding, if you don't have enough courage, if you don't have enough love in your heart to stand for whatever it is you believe in, then what is life? What is life all about? If you have a child, and I refer to the children as the special ones, if you don't have enough heart, if you don't have enough courage to stand for them, then why are you having children? If you don't have enough courage or heart to stand for what is right, you know, if you see injustice and the children and the women and the elders and the men that are being led astray or things that are happening to them and you know they're wrong and you don't say anything, then what kind of kingdom are you seeking? So I wanted to first set the record straight on that. And I wanted you to just pay attention to what you see happening here. Now, everything moves in a cycle. We have cycles. It is very clear and it is very obvious to most of us, the cycles of life. We are born, we die, we go back to where we came from. Our soul moves on and is eternal. Eternal. Many of us have lived as Hebrews in other lifetimes, and we come back and we want to finish what we started, or we come back to learn new things. But everything in life is about experience. I can look at my experience in the community with bitterness and hatred and say, oh, I hate what I experienced in the community. But along with that, just like a mother giving birth to a child, how much did I learn? Life is all about lesson. It's all about lesson. Some of my greatest lessons were learned in the community. I love those brothers and sisters, and it hurts me to see them in so much pain. Many of them are in a state of confusion, disbelief. Their belief systems have been shattered. What are we to do? This is a time for sensitivity. This is a time for healing. And I just want to say to all my brothers and sisters in Dimona, take the time to heal. Allow yourselves to heal. Allow yourselves to look at the past 40 years and ask yourselves, what did I learn? When people talk about, oh, well, our leaders in the community, you can't say this and you can't say that. Anyone that would allow someone to take away their freedom of thought, I feel for that person, because you're living in a make-believe world. We all have the right to speak our mind. We don't have to agree, but we have to be intelligent enough to know that we're not going to agree on everything. We're a family, and in family there are disagreements. Sometimes we have knockdown and drag out fights, but we're still a family. So my heart goes out to my brothers and sisters at this time. We need introspection. We need to look at the past 40 years. 40 years is very symbolic, brothers and sisters. Even in the world, go and look up, do your research. Look up 40 years and see what it signifies. Every 40 years, there's generally a crash of the economic cycle. In the Bible, 40 years is symbolic of a generation. Now, the elders, the leaders in the community, they are moving out of the cycle of them being in control or in leadership, and our youth are now coming into their own. It's a new generation, just like the 40 years in the Bible. Change is imminent whether we want it or not. It's not about, oh, well, it's right or wrong. It's a cycle. The cycle of evolution. Evolution happens whether we want it or not. Our children, when you have a child, it's not your child. That child comes into the world with its own gifts, with its own ideas, with its own purpose. All we can do is give birth, help them to achieve the things that they come here to do. Now, our children are here in this land. And for all of those people that feel as though, oh, well, it was too soon, you had no purpose there, you shouldn't be there. If you look from another perspective, if you look from a more universal perspective, these children are very important. These children that are here, that are receiving citizenship, that are now a part of Israel because they're going to help usher in something else. They had a part to play. We all have a part to play. And it's a beautiful, synchronistic plan of God, plan of Yah, whatever you choose to call that force, the force that emanates in all of us. It's not as simple as good or bad, right or wrong. It's just a cycle of renewing. So I just wanted to set the record straight. It's hard to talk about personally the things that I see happening here. I will go more into what I see happening here, reporting on those things on a more intimate level on the Blog Talk, not Blog Talk, I'm sorry, but the Pal Talk chat room. We're going to do that, actually we're going to do it tomorrow. And it's going to be 7 o'clock in the evening here in Israel for those that want to tune in. And it's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. So this is an opportunity for you all to ask questions, make comments. It's something that I want to do because, you know, making a video is one thing, but there's so many of you that I would love to interact with and want to make this a interactive type of platform. So try to tune in. You're going to have to download the Pal Talk app and then come into the chat room, which is Diary of a Revolutionary. It's also on my Facebook page. I look forward to chatting with you. And this is an amazing time that we live in. This is, and I'll keep repeating, this is the season of the 4 blood moons. And I told you last year, before the blood moons even occurred, about the upheaval that will come about during this season, and also the victory that's going to be at hand. So if any of you are in a state of fear or panic, just let that be. And fill your heart with as much love as you can. Say the prayers for the community. Pray for yourselves, pray for your children, pray for each other. It's important in the scheme of things. And be at peace, because as I said before, the kingdom of Yah is truly within. So with that, I guess I'll just talk to you all tomorrow. Love you so much.